Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free.
Shine, you've seen it before. There's no need to worry. I've got so many songs in me right now. It's like I feel so alive. What's that? Every day is a new day. I'm grateful for every breath I take. I won't take it for granted. So I learn from my mistakes. When I trust in love, it is giving me peace of mind. I feel so alive. Welcome, ancient souls. This is Clever Ever. Coming at you live, doing a deep dive into this thing that we call life without strife. We are living in overflow over here, you know. This is all about the flow, the vibes, the awesome tribes. And we're here. Our path is clear. There is nothing to fear. This is absolutely your year because you remember that you have a soul contract with me, and that's why you're here. I was actually just thinking about this before. I was like, it's so funny that in this world, we're like under the illusion, we're like clients, we must get clients. And it's like, no, silly Billy. Like, we all had a soul contract before we incarnated into this physical world. This is like literally how it went. We were like, hey, when you guys are ready for the biggest transformation of your life, you know, the transformation when you are like a dragonfly and you are underground. You know, dragonflies are in water for 5 years. 5 years they spent in the water, underneath the water. Now, you're all ancient souls. You spend many years transmuting the darkness, transmuting les shadows, my darling, les shadows, transmuting the shadows, sitting with the pain, doing what no one else in your bloodline would because your soul was smart enough and your ego is like, oh God, why? Why did I say I would heal all of those bloodlines? What the fuck, really? Yes. Because you've done it many times before. And it's a bit like childbirth. You see the child and you're like, well, this is the best thing that ever happened to me, that you forget the birth. So so you sit in the well. You go into the darkness. The dragonfly is a predator underwater for 5 years underwater. Then the dragonfly comes out and it's like, you know what? After all these initiations underwater, it's like getting ready, boom, comes up onto the bank. The light must touch its wings so that it can fly. Oh, let's go down in the moment we lost and found. Birdie wings, good song. So the dragonfly is like, yeah, I'm ready to fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. You know that you were put on this earth to fly high. You were not put here for an average Joe life because you are not an average Joe. You know that you're different from everyone that you know. You fucking know. So you then get to this point where you are about to undergo the greatest oh my God, there's a dragonfly just there. You are about to undergo the greatest transformation of your entire life. You knew that one day there was going to be this pivotal moment where your whole life was going to look like overnight success, but it was never overnight success. It was years and years and years in the shadows. So you get to this point where you're ready to walk into the light, and that's when I come in. That's whenever the teacher appears. So wherever you are on your journey, you are in this transition at some point, or as you wouldn't be able to find me. People find me when they're ready for their heaven on earth transformation, when they're ready for the bridge from the shadow world to the heaven on earth world. This is what I do. This is why God put me on this earth. This is what I have walked through the darkness to navigate time and time again. I am, what shall we call it? A record bridge walker from the shadows into the light. This transition is one of the hardest you will go through and also the most beautiful. Now, I don't want to say hardest in terms of oh my goodness, like it's going to be hard again. Nothing is ever going to be as dark as what you've already walked through. And I really want to celebrate you and commend you for that. It's never going to be as dark as what you've gone through. Doing this bridge walk is not like, oh my God, all the shit you went through as a child, all that trauma, because you went through some really, 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 really dark, hard times, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be in my space. We chose to go where no one in our bloodline has ever walked before. That's why it was so hard. That's why it was so challenging. I mean, if I could do it again, I wouldn't be like, oh, Dad, can you kill yourself? Can I have all that abuse? Thank you. No, like, fuck no. Wouldn't really call for that again. So you're in this place where you've transmuted a lot of the darkness. How this is hard, and what I mean by hard is you're going from all the conditioning. It's a detox hard. And when I mean detox, I mean you're going from a world of doing to a world of being. It's a world of being. All of the thoughts around, like people think, oh my gosh, I've got to sign up to Eva's program to learn everything. Instead of like, it's like, no. This is like everything that you've been taught about the world must be stripped of you. And so this is what happens when we go through this. There's no more performing. There's no more like, I have to post to get clients. Ew, gross. No. It's just what feels most in truth for me today. Is this the truest, purest form of me today right now doing a live for you? If it felt out of alignment for me to jump on a live with you right now, I wouldn't do it. There would be nothing that would make me do it. I wouldn't have a thought that was like, you need to do a live to get sales. No, because I am in pure source, pure alignment with my soul. So how this actually works is your mind, body, and soul remembers the desire. So you'll go, okay, cool, I'm ready for the 5D. I'm ready to live heaven on earth. I'm ready to just get paid to exist. I come into your space. I'm in your field. You're watching my YouTubes. You're remembering the posts that I'm writing. You're just like, oh, wow, there's something about her that's pulling me in, because your soul's like, that the contract's here. Do you want to live it out? And then you have to remember that you have to be brave enough to place an offering at the future version of you that is what we call in this 3D world paying someone. We actually, like, if you're still under the illusion that you lose money, there's no such thing as losing money. You can't lose money. It's the greatest illusion there is. It's transmutation. So if you have invested into something, into a code, and the thing that's coming through is like planting seeds. So you plant the seed, the tree grows. It grows into a big tree. It grows bigger than what you ever thought. The money is the seed. The seed goes through this metamorphosis process. And a lot of people are like, oh, I remember one beautiful soul at an event I was speaking at recently was really upset because she felt like a failure because she was always releasing money and the money wasn't coming. And I'll get to that in a tick. I should have got some water before this because my throat's quite dry, but that's okay. Keep going, spirit. Clear my throat. I've been doing so much throat activation and clearing. So what's actually happening in this instant, there's a few things. So first of all, you have to get used to the transmutation of energy. Money never actually, you can't lose money. It's a transmutation. If all of your money has gone into personal development, you put all of your money into you, and then the money's actually gone down in your bank account, there's always lessons in everything. First and foremost, all the money's been transmuted into you. You're the tree. You are the most valuable thing in your reality. You get to use all of that knowledge to create more. But money, just like everything in life, is going to be a mirror of your soul lesson. So for me in the early days, a lot of the lessons that I had around money were really around overgiving and people pleasing, my goodness, and being able to be seen. So the cool thing, there's so much shit channeling through me right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to keep one chord at a time, spirit. The thing about the money that's channeling through is that you're going to be able to see all your soul lessons, all of the loops, all of the things that you need to learn in every single moment. So for me, one of the biggest things around money that I had to learn, first and foremost, my life path number is an 8. So money is a big thing in this lifetime for me. I really had to learn about generating money, holding money, loving money. I see money like a gift from God, as I do everything else in this world. It's not like I put money on a pedestal, but what I had to learn and a loop I had to close to be able to retain money was one, really strong boundaries. I have like these, like you might see me on camera and I have this energy where people think they know me. They're like, oh my God, Eva, like they always want to talk to me because I'm very bubbly, I'm very like this, but I have strong boundaries because I've worked lifetimes on this energy. So you don't just get to like come into my world. You have to either invest in yourself. You have to be in alignment with me. You have to be on the same soul level as me. And so really, really strong boundaries are so important with money. Over giving, I would give so much. I would over tip because overgiving was like a safety thing for me. I'd always overgive because I felt like if I didn't give, my parents would yell at me. I was like, oh my gosh, like take this, please just don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Now I'm like, fuck, I don't care if you hate me. So there's these soul lessons. We have to like close the loops. We've got to look at like, where are we overgiving? Where are we giving people the benefit of the doubt? Where are we leaking energy? And so there's going to be core themes, which I go through deep in the Elite Energy Hub, but there's core themes with everything that, and I'm pretty sure I go through this in my You Are Wealth book as well. I definitely go through a lot of the codes in the You Are Wealth book. So if you're new to my world, definitely get the book You Are Wealth because it is so freaking potent. But we go really deep with this in the Elite Energy Hub, and you have to understand like the loops because every single level, there's going to be different loops that you are going to have to go through. And the biggest initiation between the bridge that you're on right now, so crossing from the shadows into the 5D, into the world where we're no longer rising. This is the Phoenix energy. We're constantly rising. We're constantly trying to prove our worth. It's like, oh my gosh, I can do that. Yes, I'm look at me. I'm a spiritual warrior. I'm a spiritual hero. I'm so strong. And then you just get to the point where you're like, okay, cool. You're done going up and down because this is where the money goes up and down all the time because you're always fighting. You're always trying to prove. You're always trying to be seen. And it's just like, you are just enough. It doesn't matter like who you are. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you turn up. Like you just are enough. It's clean energy. And this is where we get to reign instead of constantly yo-yoing up and down. So I hope this is making sense. I'm definitely going on a crazy tangent here. So the thing that I kind of wanted to explain is how this works, and you'll get to actually understand this with your work as well. And this is how the 5D is working. And as a leader for this space, for this 5D, never in a million fucking years did I think I'd be doing this work. Like, what the heck? I will just put that out there. I was a normal human like everyone else, and then it was like boom, 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 wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Remember, 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 remember. How this actually works in the 5D is that you're not doing anything to get anything. What's actually happening is that you remember that you were meant to live in harmony with the universe. You were meant to live in harmony with being paid to exist. It's not, you don't actually do anything to get money. Your frequency just is the money, so it reflects the money back. And so when people work with me, what they actually do first and foremost is they're not losing money to pay. What they're actually doing, and I always say this to my clients, you're placing an offering at the temple of your future self. When you invest into this remembrance, into this code, what you're actually doing is you're placing an offering at the temple of your future self. You're saying, God, angel, source, universe, I am ready. I'm ready. You place this offering. This is so soul aligned. This is so frequency aligned. My prices are not peanut prices because you need to remember how powerful you are and how easy it is to create anything that you desire. Because what the Phoenix phase really is it's like a soul detox. And so you're going through all these ups and these downs, these soul lessons, and it's so fucking intense and it's quite exhausting. I know for me, years of like healing and crying and screaming and all of the shit I had to deal with, like all of the abuse, the molestation, the dad killing himself, no love from a mom, no love from a father. So like there's so many loops, and the reason that my soul went through all of that is because I had to walk first. I've chosen the energy in this lifetime to be the leader that walks through it, navigates it, and like hits every single wall, learns a lesson faster. So when you guys come into my world, it doesn't take you 10 years, it doesn't take you lifetimes. You plug into my code. So when you place the offering at the future version of you, you get access to my code, you get access to my frequency. Watching me on YouTube, watching these videos, I don't give you access to my frequency. Yes, you can feel lighter by feeling the energy and the resonance, and you may have the aha moments and all that type of stuff, but to fully get access, for me to grant you access to plug into my frequency, there must be an energy exchange. There must be an offering. There must be this, and that's what ignites the soul contract, because there's energy going, I'm ready. It's like a sacred temple offering that's like, I am ready for this initiation, because this isn't 3D work. This is like, holy crap, your soul is like, I've done all the work. I'm done with the shadows. I'm ready to be the dragonfly that hops out of the water and steps into the light. Most people cannot hop out of the water. They get stuck in this loop, in this cycle, right before they get out of the water. And some people will like get stuck in my world for years and never actually give the offering, sign up, move. And I'm always clearing those people out of my space because I move fast. I want to make sure that you guys enforce your soul contracts, because that's what we decided to do before you came into this lifetime. And it's all energy. It's all just a playground. You don't take any of it to the grave. There's no such thing as things working out or things not working out. It's just, this was your soul contract. Do you want to align with it or not align with it? And it's you have free will. There's no one holding a gun to your head going, you must fulfill this soul contract. No, it's just like, you're obviously in my space for a reason. There's this pivotal point where, are you ready to cross the bridge and step into the light or not? A lot of people will get stuck in the water and get stuck in the initiation. Now, I will just talk about this piece quickly, because all of you listening now, you are old souls, you are leaders, you are going to move from this space quite quickly. And the second that you jump into my world, it's like you step into the light, you get the initiation, you do a whole 180. My world is really, really, really fast. And that's why a lot of people get stuck in the water before they jump into the light, because they're scared. They're scared of the change. They're scared of the shift. They're scared that everybody that they know now most likely won't be in their life, because they won't want to celebrate your wins. They won't want to celebrate your leadership. They won't want to celebrate the season where you're the king or the queen of your reality, where you're reigning, where you're in your sovereignty. Now, the bit where you get stuck, things that can keep you stuck and keep you hostage, when you're going through this bit before you say yes to my teachings, before you say yes to this initiation that we walk through together, what will come up for you? So some people will ask for it. They're like, I'm ready to work with Eva, and then maybe everything will fall away. I've been through this initiation a few times, and what is really important is that you trust. What a lot of people do is, and I've been in business 14 years, so in my early days, maybe a decade ago, I remember all these people signed up right before COVID, and when COVID hit, all these people pulled out of my program. Now, the thing about this initiation is, when God has asked you to do something and everything falls away, you have to trust. You can't just go back to the old self, which is like, oh my gosh, I can't AFFORD it, like, and pull back. You have to actually hold the line. You have to go, what would the future version of me be doing right now? They would be trusting. They would be remembering that the money's always coming to them. They remember that everything's always working out for them. So people that get stuck in the loop are people that are in fear of the money not coming. They actually put more emphasis on the 3D reality than the soul that creates the 3D reality. And so in these, and I've walked through it. That's why I can walk you through it in a 10th, in a billionth of the time that I walked through it, because I sat through voids over and over and over again. It's so funny because I look back and I'm like, man, I always turn up so happy, and I'm always like this light when I'm channeling through. But I'm like, people actually knew what I walked through in my life. They'd be like, whoa, like, how does she do it? And I do it because I've walked through it in many, many, many lifetimes, and I'm brilliant at it. But it comes a point where it's not about me being in the identity of, I'm so strong, I'm a warrior. I just know, and I have a really beautiful relationship with God, so I trust. I trust out of this world when it looks like nothing's working. And you'll go, but how? Call up the people that you owe money to and just say, hey, can I get an extension? Like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the things that you need help with. Don't jump out. If you've hired staff and it looks like things aren't working, and you know that the version of you that was making the amount of money would keep those staff, you can't get rid of them. You have to figure out a way how. And this is where most people stay stuck in the water. They stay stuck in the water because they don't think outside the box, because they don't lean into the higher timeline and actually live from that space. And it can be terrifying, and it's not for everybody. A lot of people will just stay stuck in that water for lifetimes, and they won't step into the light. But if you're here right now, I don't want you to be stuck in the water. I want you to come with me. I want you to step into this journey. I want you to step into this initiation. Something that I will share, that like it's, and I trust and I honor my mission. People that come into my world that wait too long to work with me will miss out on what I offer, because I never ever go through life the same. Like, literally last year it was all retreats. If you didn't come to a retreat, you'll probably never get to come to one. I don't know if I'll do them in the future. If I do, they'll be very, very, very different and a billion times more expensive than what they were last year. This year was all about online programs for me, however, and doing live calls. I have received the call from Spirit to no longer do anything live. As of next year, I won't be doing any live calls. This is like the last year to get live me in my programs, in my containers. Everything next year is going to be pre-recorded, and you might go, oh, we won't get her live. The truth is, my work is so fucking potent. It is timeless. It's not like, oh, that's old, that's new. People are literally shaking and having the greatest shifts from activations I did 3 years ago. And so it's important for me to honor the soul's journey, because if I'm always doing live calls, I'm not honoring my mission. My mission is to be on stages around the world. It's to help people in as many countries as I can. I'm going to be starting schools in third world countries. Like, I have dreams that are out of this world, and I have to just keep honoring the journey. So if you're listening to this and you do ever feel the call to work with me, jump in straight away, because I am going to keep changing and shifting. There's only July, August, September, October, November, 5 months left of this year where you're going to be able to actually get me live in the Elite Energy Hub. If you do feel the call, it's 111. Today's the 7/7 portal. If you missed out on the Frequency Vault, that is going to be in there as well. We're going to be releasing them every single month, so they're going to be in there. Very, 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 very exciting. It is 3,500 USD each month. So if the price number still means something to you, then there's work that you need to do around numbers. It's just a frequency game. It's all around frequency, and it's really just tuning into the frequency. If you feel the call, you just figure out the how. God has always got your back. God, angel, source, universe, whatever you want to connect to, like, you are not in this alone. And it is really a victim consciousness to think, oh, I can't have the things that I want. You're the one that creates this entire reality. So how it actually works is that when you plug, the cool thing about every single program I've ever done is channeled through a different spirit, through a different entity, through a different collective. And the cool thing about the Elite Energy Hub is you get access to all of my codes. This is like literally everything I have ever done. This is everything I've ever created. Now until the end of the year, you will get access to the Wealth Consciousness Life Force Energy activations. It does make me sad, but I'm like, this will be probably the last time I ever do them in this space. I am constantly collapsing time. I feel like every single year I'm collapsing 10 years or more. Like, it's just what my soul chose for me to do in this lifetime. I'm very in tune with quantum leaping, quantum leaping, quantum leaping. I move very, very, very fast. Anyone that, like, I literally spoke at an event in August and I spoke at the same event a few months later, and they're like, whoa, you've changed so much. Your face has changed. And I'm just like, yes, because I really do practice what I preach. I get paid to exist because I'm never off. If I feel a little bit off in my field, I do the work. I lean in. I'm every single day making a million gazillion choices that align with my soul, that align with my frequency, that align with my truth. And I'm just a girl. That's not even the song I was trying to channel, but I'm just here in front of you, being me, being true to myself, honoring myself so that I can honor you, so that I can hold you, so that I can guide you, because this is what my soul wanted for this avatar that I call Eva Kositsky to help you through in this lifetime. And I know how powerful I am. And I've really, really, really had to work on that. I thought I was a nobody until I started to realize how quickly people shifted, how potent my medicine is. And I have done the work. I have moved through things that nobody in my ancestors have ever even touched. I have left marriages. I have burnt things to the ground. I have excelled at being the phoenix. And in the last year and a bit, I have excelled in entering and holding the frequency of the fifth dimension so that you could come here too, and you could live in this, and I can't even I can't even begin to tell you how beautiful it is here. It is so beautiful to live in this clean, pure energy where you don't need to do something to get a result, where you don't need to be someone that you're not, where you don't need to get approval for others for validation, when you can just love yourself. And I have the greatest honor on the planet to be able to look in the mirror and love, like, from the bottom of my heart, the woman that I am today, and love her in all of its entirety. And it's just such an honor. It is an honor. Every single person that remembers our soul contract together, that remembers that I was meant to remind you of your power. On the days that you forget how powerful you are, I'm over here and my arms are wide open and I'm like, hey, 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 remember. Remember how many lifetimes you've done this for. Remember that you are the creator. Remember what you've walked through to get here. it's like waking up from amnesia to remember that there is this dream, that there is this promised land, that there is this Messiah, and life will tell you that it doesn't exist. But I'm here and I'm standing in it and I'm embodying it and I'm holding my heart and my womb and everything here, and I'm telling you right now that heaven on earth does exist, and it will take your breath away. It will take your breath away. And it's not to say that there aren't waves over here, but the waves bring you closer to your heart. The waves bring you closer to God, to source, to the universe. And you just look up at the sky and you're like, this is it. This is everything. This was the lifetime that I was meant to have it all and more. And I pray that you're brave enough to get out of the water. I pray that you're brave enough to remember our soul contract. I pray that you're brave enough to step into the overflow that I allow you to unlock into when you plug into my field, by placing an offering at the future version of you, by either starting by coming to the You Are Wealth book, buying the book, investing in the Elite Energy Hub for the last time that I'm ever doing the live programs for the next 5 months. If you feel the call, there is room for all, and it is my honor, because there is no more timelines where you fall. There's no more timelines where you need to suffer. The suffering is done. You have won. And I'm here being the light to remind you that there's no more hard shit to keep trying to overcome. You've overcome it. The only thing left is just the detox from needing to prove, needing to perform, needing to think that you need to do something to get anything, instead of just being pure, just being you, allowing time and space to collapse into you. You are the most powerful, most beautiful, most miraculous speck of stardust that there is. And I just really, really, really hope that you will allow me to be the mirror for your magic. And what I want to remind you of is that there's gifts inside you that stepping into my world will help you unlock. Because when you plug into my frequency, everything that is not soul aligned will be removed very, very, very quickly. It does get removed very, very, very quickly. It's a bit like a detox. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, that thing didn't piss me off anymore. Whoa, I just told that man not to come near me. And you're just like, you're living in this frequency where you automatically have strong boundaries. You have insane love for yourself. You're not moving from ego or wounding. You're moving from the purest form, the purest source within. So yeah, I feel like that was everything that I needed to share today. And it was quite a long live, but I really just want to thank you for being in my space. I want to thank you for always leaning in and doing the work. I know from the bottom of my heart that it has not been easy being you. I know that you have gone through, and I'm getting goosebumps. I know you have gone through hell and back. I know you have seen things that you would not wish upon your worst enemies. I know there have been days where you wanted to just end it all. I know there's been days where you wanted to give up, but you didn't. And you didn't because you remember that you were meant to be the first person in your bloodline to receive and walk into heaven on earth. So when you're ready, my arms are open. I will pop the link to the Elite Energy Hub and working with me below. I would love to have you in the Elite Energy Hub for the last 5 months, last 6 months that I am actually doing live programs, actually working with you live, because I really do love the live work. I really, really do. But I honor my mission more than anything that I do. I honor my connection to God, to source, to the universe. And I'm always staying true to my mission and what I was put on this earth to do. And that is why I make the changes in my business. That's why I move the way that I move. That's why I may not do lives if I get the download to not do lives. I listen to God and I move in accordance. So I love you so much. Please let this life be heaven on earth, be the life that you chose before you incarnated, and step out of that water, lay on the ground and let the sunlight touch your wings, because it's about to get so good you don't know what hit you. I love you so much. I may not know you. I may not see you. I know that there's so many of you from all around the world, from so many different countries, from so many different continents that just watch, and you may never subscribe. You may never hit a like or comment. If that's you today, please just comment. Please like. Please just let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. It really means the world to see the people that I'm able to reach, and just be reminded that my work is touching souls. It is helping the people that need this. So thank you so much. I love you. Have a beautiful, magical, phenomenal day. Aho.